time it is. Marvin Devine, Huber, Axel, and you know how we do. Yeah, I got the juice. Big game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Fuck it, what they doing, keep on doing. I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, but you can't get in my crew. Me, XL, and Huber, way too fireable. When this joint drop, better call the troops. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof. You already know what happens when we link up. Let's go. Yeah.
Hey, everybody, this is Coach LaMonte, Redefine Living, here to come on and encourage you, mind, body, and spirit, and talk about is mindset everything and how to think yourself to health. Is that a possibility? Can it be done? Do people do it? I just want to get on right now and share what I've learned, what I've been experiencing, what I've even heard from others. And I want you guys to feel free to always comment, ask questions, chime in. This is what make this community work. It's when we're here talking, sharing, being transparent, and having that feedback back and forth. If there's no feedback, it's just me talking to me. And I don't really like talking to me. I like talking to you. I like encouraging. I like building up. I like being able to help the community transform mind, body, and spirit. That's what's most important is the community. That's what's most important is a corporate or a community-based uh, platform to be able to help the warriors continue to fight. So this is Lamont again, talking about is mindset everything? Is mindset everything? So when we talk about mindset, you're talking about how you set your mind on any particular thing. It's the state of your thinking. It's the state of your process. It's the state of your mental focus. Whatever you set your mind to, they say that you could do. Is that possible? Have anybody ever experienced anything like that in their life where they really set their mind on a particular target, on a particular goal, and they got the results that they were looking for based on aligning their goals with their mindset? So we hear a lot about mindset today. We hear a lot of people talking about mindset. It's not a new concept. Actually, it's been around forever. It goes back to the old philosophers back in the days, the Greeks back in the days when they went out and to uh, philosophize out in public. There was a great philosopher. I think he said, "I think, therefore I am," or "I think, therefore I exist." And so that was one of the primary concepts of existence is to be able to think, to have intellect, to have rationale, to be able to reason. They said that's what separates us from the animal kingdom, is that we have a process of thinking. We're able to rationalize. We're able to make intelligent decisions based on our mindset, where most animals are instinctual. Okay, they just make decisions off of their instincts. We have that quality too, as being instinctual. It's what they call that primal nature, where you just respond to a stimuli based on instincts. And I think sometimes we see that in the world. We see it in that mob mentality. We see it in all different forms of shape. People are just responding based on their instinct, based on that primal nature. But we don't want to operate in that primal nature. We don't want to let that be our governor. We don't want to let that be the thing that leads us. We want to operate at a higher level, and mindset is supposed to be a higher level, but also spirituality. Spirituality and mindset ties in together. So I'm here. Anybody have any thoughts? Any feedback? What do you think about mindset? What do you think about setting your mind uh, to a goal or to some type of accomplishment, and even that affecting possibly your health? Can it be done? Have you tried it? Do you know anybody else? I'm here to say that I've tried it, and I think it's one of the main reasons what have allowed me not just to survive as a warrior on dialysis and being post transplant. I think it's the thing that has really caused me to strive. So, not just survive, but strive. Initially, there was some surviving, but once things began to click, then I got into this mode of striving. And, I began to set my mind on really one thing at a time. My first thing was setting my mind on was just, again, staying alive. Okay, staying alive. So I want you just to remember that we're all in different places, and if you're looking to stay alive, then set your mind on things that's going to keep you alive. Focus on it. Let that be the primary goal of the way you deal with your life on a daily basis, because it's true. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to make things fluffy. When you're on dialysis, it is a matter of life and death, and that's what it was for me. If you think anything different, that's fine. I'm open to your thoughts, but for me it was a matter of life and death. And so when I set my mind on living, then that's what helped me to be able to strive. And so I set my mind on living, even to the point of, I remember prior to getting my transplant, I was in probably year 7 of dialysis. And then year 7, it seemed to be a very difficult year. I mean, year 1 was challenging, okay, and then year 7 was difficult. I don't know why. It sounds like everything else was a little bit easier, but year 1 and year 7, and now I didn't know year 7 was going to be my last year on dialysis. I didn't know I was going to get a transplant, but I knew within my spirit, within my heart, something had shifted, something had changed in my body. And I said, if I don't get a kidney, if this doesn't happen, I don't know what's going to happen. And so initially, that's what I set my mind on, staying alive. And what that looked like was, hey, when I had my business, I had coaches. So mindset is really helped when you have a coach, also a mentor. So I had business coach, I had mentors, and they both told me the same thing. They said, look, LaMonte, you need to stay alive. And I said, you know what? He said, don't worry about the business. Don't worry about trying to grow your business. What you need to do is just try to maintain if you can. If the business is still around, when you're going through what you're going through, then great. If it's not around, so what? You need to stay alive. And so my mindset was staying alive, and I did various things to stay alive, meaning that I had to, you know what, ease up off my work. I had to not try to do the things I was doing. So trying to stay alive means sometimes we need to slow down and not try to do a lot that's causing us stress and causing us any type of trouble in our bodies. So for me, I had to slow down from work. I had to slow down for allowing things to push me or to be pushed because of my own nature. Sometimes we're very self-driven, we're self-motivated, we're trying to accomplish things, and that was my story. So I had to stop a lot of things in order to survive. And so for me, my business, I had to slow down, and that was the first point of me using my mindset, something I love so much, something I love to do, something that was my passion. I was told, hey, you need to ease up, and because I need to stay alive. So I'm just want to encourage you wherever you are right now. First things first, if you're in that survival mode, some things you're gonna have to let go. You might have to let go some people. You might have to let go some relationships. Unfortunately for myself, the first year I went through a divorce. I didn't want it, didn't plan it, but it happened. And again, mindset said, hey, if you stay in this relationship, the chances of survival might not be very, very high because the relationship was very toxic. It wasn't benefiting, it wasn't helping me. And I wish I could have stayed, but it was so hard. And I realized that if I would have stayed, I probably would have not have made it. My blood pressure was high. So to stay in survival mode, there's a lot of things you might have to let go. There's some people you might have to let go, and that's okay because you have to take care of you. Okay, if you have kids, you have responsibilities. You want to still be around. Set your mind on taking care of you. And so, mentally, relationship wise, relationship to my business wise, was the first thing I had to say. You know what? Hey, if it's around, it's around. If it's not, it's not. It's not adding to me. Okay. And as I begin to grow past that and begin to feel better, okay, then I begin to refocus my mind. Okay. Not on just survival, but now I have a sense of stability. I have a sense of getting things under control. Now let's go into a building phase. So I set my mindset on building. Okay. In survival mode, I was taking care of me, eating, drinking, exercise. In building mode, I continued the same thing, but I began to set my mind on building myself a better sense of finances. And I even began to think about relationships again, making more connections in relationships. And so I began to build. I set my mind on building. Okay, I want to build. What I want to build. I want to build a healthy business. I want to build a healthy relationship. How do I do that? I set my mind on it. What did I do? I read. I read books. Okay, I studied. I talked to other people. I reached out. I got again counsel. I got coaching. I got therapy. Whatever you want to call it during this journey. If you want to think yourself to health, okay, then you have to take some action. So it's not just sitting here thinking I'm going to meditate, okay, and that's going to change my entire lifestyle. No, it's more than meditation. Meditation is part of it, but your mindset requires you to take some action. Your mindset requires you to do some things. So it's not just, hey, I'm gonna sit here and think, and I'm gonna be different just by thinking. No, you gotta think. You gotta use the mindset. You gotta focus. You gotta change behavior. And so one of the books I read for me to help me was The Seven Habits of Successful People. If there's a book you want to read, if there's a book you're thinking about reading, think about the seven habits of successful people. Yeah, April, implementation. Mindset is key, exactly. So, if, one of the books that I began to read was The Seven Habits of Successful People. And I would recommend that you guys pick it up and begin to read it because it helped me so much on how to be able to implement, how to be able to change my behavior. Okay, seven. So, seven habits of successful people. And proactivity was number one. Just like April was saying, you definitely have to implement. So being proactive was was it. That's one of the seven habits of successful people. Proactive, meaning not reactive, but proactive. So that's number two. If you get out of the survival mode, get into the building mode, you got to be proactive. And so often we are fight or flight. Okay, fight or flight means you're reactive. Okay, something happens, you're going to react to it. You're either going to fight or you're going to run. Okay, when we were proactive, we're better equipped to handle a situation. And again, that comes from the mindset. That means you're already out there doing things to get ahead of your health. You're doing things to get ahead of trying to build a relationship. You're doing things ahead, and whether it be a job or work, you're proactive. You're out searching. You're out trying to get answers. You're out probing. You're looking for some type of help. And when you begin to be proactive, you get better results. When you get proactive, you get um, better answers. And so that's what I did. I was proactive, and I was led to read and Seven Habits of Successful People. And it's these fundamental principles that sometimes we know, but we need to be reminded. Okay. So when we're dealing with mindset, sometimes we need to be reminded, not reminded every once in a while, but you need to be reminded constantly. Okay. The more we're reminded of something, the more that we begin to get it in our mind, the more it begins to get into our heart. Okay. We need to do things, hear things that are redundant. Okay. Because we are easily forgetful. We're forgetful hearers. I'm a forgetful hearer. So I need to always remember and always be reminded of, how to have goals, how to accomplish things. Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, April. I need to be reminded. So I'm going to remind you on listening right now. You've heard it before, but you need to hear it again because when you hear it again, it might be the time that you're ready to implement. It might be the time that you're ready to do. Okay. And so I want to remind you that be proactive, don't be reactive, don't be fight or flight. See, when you're in the right mindset, when something comes to you, you go into the dialysis clinic, and we know all kind of stuff is going on in there. But when you're in the right mindset, when something comes up or something happens, you're not going to be fight or flight. You're going to hold your position. You're going to be steadfast, and you're going to be able to ponder and think about it without just reacting. And when we're able to do that, then we're able to get a successful outcome. Okay. And that's based on having the right mindset. We're going to get a successful outcome when things approach us in our life on dialysis or even transplant. We're going to get a better outcome because we already set our hearts to be intentional about the behavior that we want to have throughout the day. My behavior is always want to be in a place of peace, want to be in a place of understanding, want to be in a place of commitment, want to be in a place of inspiration. I set my mind on that place of persistence. Okay. And when you do that, then you're better off when you situations arise. Okay. It even helps you with your blood pressure. Okay. Because when we fight or flight, guess what? Our blood pressure goes up. So we don't want to be fight or flight. We don't want to allow things to, uh, ruffle us around the feathers. We don't want to allow things to enter into our mental circle that's going to cause us to respond in a way that's not beneficial. And then once we begin to do this, okay, then you begin to walk in a better sense of mental health. Okay. Sometimes mental health is like a bad word for some people. You know, mental health is not a bad word. Mental health is a great word. It's like physical health, spiritual health. We need mental health. And so I know in certain cultures, and even in my culture, mental health is a taboo. Someone thinks mental health means something is wrong, I'm crazy, or whatever else people say, but it doesn't mean any of those things. Sometimes people just go to get coaching or get therapy for a lot of reasons. They want to learn. How about that? How about mental health is a mechanism? Okay, how about mental health being there to learn? Okay, to get some skills. Okay, to get some tools to put in your work belt, to get a feather in your hat. How about thinking about mental health is that I need some coping mechanisms. I need to learn how to better deal with dialysis. I need to learn better how to be able to approach this situation. And right now, it's stressing me out. Right now, I feel hopeless. Right now, I don't feel like I can see past the next month, the next couple of months, let alone the next year. It seems so grim. Everybody in the center. I see people who don't look healthy. I see people leaving, not coming back. I see blue lights going on, being coded, and they're bringing in people and the paramedics and putting them on stretchers. You know, being in that environment, I've been there, can give you a place, can leave you with a place of hopelessness. So how about thinking, man, how can mental health help me to cope with this? And sometimes you're not going to get that from the social worker that's in the facility. Unfortunately, we don't always get that from them because sometimes they're just overworked and undertrained. You're in transition. They come by, sit next to you in the chair for 5 minutes or so, make their rounds. A lot of noise going on. People are talking, machines are beeping. May not be one of the best places, the best environment to get that mental health, but it may be good to go somewhere afterwards. When I say afterwards, I don't mean immediately after dialysis. I mean, once you get out of the place and maybe set an appointment on a different day. And that's what I did. I learned a lot of my mindset from getting mental health. Of course, I am a psychology major that I went to school. I am a certified life coach. I'm a certified also fitness coach. And also, I've done a lot of personal development to get me to this point. But don't let therapy, don't let mental health be a bad word. Change your paradigm, change your way of thinking, okay? Change your way of thinking so you can be able to work on self, okay? Because ultimately, in your mindset, ultimately in this kidney journey, in this dialysis journey, it comes down to the patient. It comes down to us. Yes, we have the doctors there, the nurses are there, the technicians are there. They're all there when we are there in dialysis. And some people are not even in dialysis. Some people are doing home hemo. Some people are doing peritoneal at home. And there is no nurses or doctor. You are the nurse. You are the doctor. You are there. And so ownership and taking care of ourselves is one of the greatest mental health things that we could do. The doctors are limited, the technicians are limited. They're only with us for 3 hours and 45 minutes, which that was my time of dialysis. They're only there for that time. The greater portion of your journey, the greater portion of your life, the greater portion of your living is away from the clinic. So that's why it's important to get the right mind. That's why it's important to set your mind on the right things because you're going to be with you and your caregiver, okay, or even whoever's helping you. to get through this. And again, from my personal story, there was no one. Yes, yes. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that. Yes. Um, Mindset changes everything. Yeah, therapy is great. And so, like I was saying, I was home alone. I didn't have anybody there. And so, look, I had to make sure I get myself in the right frame of mind in the right place because when you're living alone on dialysis, you got to depend on you to do everything, right? You got to cook. I had to drive myself to dialysis, drive myself home, drive myself to work. I was in a position to do that because of the right mindset, and it will allow me to take care of myself, eat good, and I really thank God for that opportunity to be able to be there because I know everybody doesn't have that opportunity. It doesn't happen for everybody, and it's okay because we're all starting different places. We're all in different places in our life, and I just so happen to be in a place where I was able to drive. I happen to be in a place where I was able to take care of myself because even my previous health condition was a lot more better, even though I ended up on dialysis. So, mental health is not a bad word. Mindset is great. If you're in a survival mode, understand that's where you are. It's okay to be in survival mode because you're focusing your intention on surviving and you're taking the necessary steps to survive. You want to live, okay? You want to be around. You want to be around to see more life. You want to be around for your kids. You want to still enjoy life. You want to take vacations. You want to be able to work. You want to be able to contribute as a human being in society, okay? And so we still do that even on dialysis. And so if you're in that survival mode, then set your mindset on survival. If you're in that building mode, then set your mind on building. What are you trying to build? You're trying to build healthy relationships with your caregiver. You're trying to build a relationship with a significant other. You're trying to build with your children. You're trying to build a business. Whatever you're trying to build, be in that building phase and set your mind on building. And as you're building, if you're in that phase where, hey, you know what? Proactivity is a part of that. If you're in that phase where, hey, I need more mental health, then stay in that area. It's a constant area. For me, it doesn't change. Sometimes it comes in the form of being on the phone, talking, okay? But sometimes it doesn't come in that form. It comes in the form of me being home, working on me, meditating, reading, practicing, and even talking to others in the community. So wherever you are today, I just want to encourage you, think about your mindset. Think about your mindset as it relates to changing your health. Think about your mindset in a way of building your health. Think about your mindset because you have a mind, okay? And you have a great mind. You have a mind that's been created to allow you to have imaginations, okay? The mind gives you imaginations, some positive, some negative. Your mind allows you to think, okay? Allows you to think about things that you desire, that you want to do, okay? You have a beautiful mind. It was created for a purpose, okay? So I want you to just be encouraged today. That's why I came on, that you have a mind as a man thinketh, so is he, as a proverb. So the philosopher says, "You think, therefore you exist." Part of that thinking is a knowing that you are aware. Awareness is a big part of mindset. So when you have that awareness, it lets you know that, hey, I'm alive. It allows you to see where you are and allows you to deal with situation because of that awareness. So I appreciate everybody for joining me this evening. I appreciate you for coming on, having comments. I appreciate you as a fellow warrior in this journey. And I want to encourage you, never give up, never throw your hands, okay, in the air. But I always want you to remember is to look up. Look up, be encouraged, understand that today is today, and you have an opportunity tomorrow, possibly. We don't know what tomorrow brings, but I want you to know that always understand that look for the future of things happening better in your life. Look for things changing in your life and set your mindset on things that's going to help you change. Hey, everybody, this is LaMonte Redefine, your very own personal coach, here to help you mind, body, and spirit. It's been a great time. And remember, look up. You guys have a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.